Good evening, everyone. Tonight, I want to talk about something that holds many of us back. The one thing that can sabotage your success before you even get started, a weak mindset. We all have dreams, we all have aspirations, but so many of us stop short, hindered by thoughts and beliefs that limit us. A weak mindset is the enemy. It whispers doubts when you're on the verge of success. It tells you you can't, you're not good enough, and maybe tomorrow. But I'm here to tell you those thoughts are nothing but barriers you've built inside your own mind. It's time to break them down and kill that weak mindset once and for all. Now, understand this. You are not defined by your circumstances. You are defined by your response to them. If you want success, it starts in your head. It starts with belief, determination, and hard work. A weak mindset doesn't just hold you back. It keeps you stuck in a cycle of frustration and complacency. But when you change your mindset, you change your life. So, how do you kill this weak mindset? How do you replace doubt with confidence and mediocrity with excellence? Stop blaming others, your environment, or your past. Your future is in your hands. Own it. Failure isn't the end. It's the feedback you need to move forward. Every failure carries with it the seed of a greater lesson. Motivation comes and goes, but discipline and consistency are what keep you moving when motivation fades. Commit to the small daily actions that lead to big results. There's plenty for everyone. The world is full of opportunities. A weak mindset believes there's only so much success to go around. Change that belief and watch abundance flow. Stop making excuses for why things aren't working. Instead, ask yourself, what can I do right now to change the situation? Own the process. You become like the people you spend the most time with. Surround yourself with individuals who inspire and push you to grow. A weak mindset surrounds itself with negativity. Don't settle for average. Dream big. Your goals should scare you just a little because that's where the growth happens. Then work relentlessly to make them a reality. Life's going to throw challenges your way, but mental toughness will help you stand firm and keep moving forward. A weak mindset quits when things get tough. A strong one finds a way. Success isn't about instant pleasure. It's about delayed gratification, putting in the hard work now so you can enjoy the rewards later. If you're after quick fixes, you're not thinking long term. If you're not growing, you're shrinking. Commit to learning something new every single day. Whether it's through books, podcasts, or conversations, never stop feeding your mind with knowledge. You see, the first step toward transforming your life is taking full responsibility for it. I know it's easy to point fingers, to say, it's my circumstances, or if only I had this or that, then I'd be successful. But here's the truth. The moment you start blaming anything or anyone else for your situation, you've given away your power. And if you give away your power, you're handing your future over to someone else. Success doesn't come from waiting for the perfect time, the right opportunity, or the perfect circumstances. Success comes from recognizing that your life is your responsibility. The choices you make today, the actions you take today will determine where you end up tomorrow. You're the one in control. When you take responsibility, you stop waiting for permission or validation. You stop saying, I'll do this when things are better, or I'll try when I feel ready. You realize that ready doesn't come until you act, and things don't get better until you decide to make them better. Taking responsibility means you don't wait for someone to solve your problems. It means you get up, you take charge, and you begin working on solutions. It's not about blaming your past, your upbringing, or the economy. Those things might have influenced you, but they don't have to define you. You can redefine your life at any moment, no matter where you come from or what's happened in the past. When you take responsibility, you start seeing opportunities instead of obstacles. Instead of saying, I can't because of this, you begin asking, what can I do despite this? Every challenge becomes an opportunity to grow, and every failure becomes a lesson. And this mindset, this shift from victimhood to ownership, is what separates those who succeed from those who stay stuck. So stop waiting for things to change. They won't, but you can. The power to change your life is right here, right now, in your hands. When you take full responsibility for your life, that's when everything starts to change. Not tomorrow, not next week, but today. And let me tell you, when you make that choice, it's the beginning of something incredible. Failure is not the end. It's a part of the journey. Too many people see failure as something to fear or avoid, but the truth is, Failure is a stepping stone to success. It's not something that stops you, it's something that helps you grow. Every successful person you admire has experienced failure. It's a natural part of the process. When you fail, you learn. The key is not to let failure define you. Don't let it convince you that you're not capable. Don't let it make you think that success is only for the lucky few or the chosen ones. Failure is simply feedback. Feedback that tells you what didn't work, what needs to be adjusted, and what you need to do differently next time. It's not an indication of who you are. It's a lesson in what to do to improve. We have to change the way we think about failure. Instead of seeing it as something negative, see it as something necessary. It's proof that you're trying, that you're stretching yourself, that you're moving outside of your comfort zone. People who never fail are people who never try. They sit back, never taking risks, and never experiencing true growth. They stay in the safety of their comfort zones, but comfort never brings achievement. Every time you fail, you get closer to success as long as you get back up and keep going. The most successful people in the world didn't get there by avoiding failure. They got there by overcoming it. They failed, they learned, and they kept moving forward. It's not about being perfect, it's about being persistent. You must embrace failure as part of the path because it will teach you things success never could. Every time you fall, you gain wisdom, resilience, and insight that will carry you through the next challenge. Remember, failure is not permanent unless you let it be. The only real failure is the failure to keep going. When you embrace failure as part of the process, you stop fearing it. You understand that it's just a small part of the bigger picture. Each failure is a rung on the ladder, each mistake a lesson learned. With every step, you get closer to where you want to be. So don't be afraid of failure. Let it fuel your growth. Let it sharpen your focus. Let it guide you to the success that awaits you on the other side. Failure is not a setback, it's a springboard to something greater. Let's talk about discipline and consistency, two of the most powerful forces you'll ever have in your life. You see, motivation is fleeting. Some days you'll wake up full of energy and drive, ready to take on the world. Other days, you won't feel like doing anything at all. And that's okay, because motivation isn't the secret to long-term success. Discipline is. Discipline is about doing what you need to do even when you don't feel like it. It's about making the right choices consistently, day in and day out, even when the results aren't immediately visible. It's about showing up even when the road is tough and the rewards seem distant. That's the true measure of success. Not how you feel in the moment, but whether you keep going when things get hard. But here's the thing, discipline doesn't work without consistency. They go hand in hand. You can't be disciplined for one day and expect to change your life. The key is showing up day after day and doing what needs to be done. It's about the small actions you take every single day that compound over time into massive results. The most successful people aren't necessarily the most talented or the luckiest. They're the ones who show up consistently, who keep putting in the work even when no one is watching. Consistency is what turns habits into results. Think about it. If you're trying to lose weight and you work out one day, but then skip a week, what happens? You see no progress. But if you show up every day, even if it's just for 30 minutes, you'll start to see real change. It's the same in every area of life. Whether you're building a business, learning a new skill, or working on personal development, the key is showing up day after day, putting in the effort no matter how small, and trusting that those small steps will lead you to where you want to be. Discipline isn't always easy. It requires sacrifice. It means saying no to instant gratification. It means passing up the distractions that would derail you from your goals. But the good news is, the more you practice discipline and consistency, the easier it becomes. The habits you build today are the foundation for the success you'll see tomorrow. So, make a commitment to yourself to be disciplined and consistent. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Don't wait until everything falls into place. Start now. Take small, deliberate actions every day. Set your priorities. Do what's necessary and keep going, even when it's hard. Over time, you'll look back and realize that all those small, consistent steps added up to something incredible. And that, my friend, is how success is made. Through discipline, consistency, and the unwavering belief that your effort will pay off in the end. A scarcity mindset is one of the biggest traps you can fall into. It's the belief that there's not enough to go around, that resources, opportunities, and success are limited. When you operate from this mindset, you start thinking there's only so much success, happiness, or wealth that can exist, and if someone else gets a piece, there's less left for you. But that's a dangerous way to think. It limits your potential, and it limits what you believe is possible for your life. Now, let me tell you something. The world is full of abundance. Opportunities are endless, and success is not a pie with a fixed number of slices. It's a vast ocean, and there's more than enough for everyone. When you start seeing life from an abundance perspective, you stop viewing the achievements of others as threats. You start celebrating them because you know their success doesn't diminish yours. In fact, it proves that success is possible. It shows you that it can be done, and if it can be done by them, it can be done by you too. Building a mindset of abundance means shifting from there's not enough to there's plenty. It means choosing to see opportunities instead of obstacles, solutions instead of problems. It's about understanding that there are countless ways to grow, to expand, and to create the life you desire. Success isn't a limited resource. The opportunities for growth are limitless, and if you approach the world with that mindset, you'll start to see them everywhere. When you believe in abundance, you stop holding on tightly to what you have. You stop hoarding resources, whether it's time, money, or knowledge, out of fear that there won't be enough left. Instead, you're more generous with your time, with your energy, and with your resources because you understand that the more you give, the more you receive in return. It's not about competition, it's about collaboration. When you adopt an abundance mindset, you begin to see the success of others as something to learn from, not something to be threatened by. Think about it. Some of the most successful people in the world don't operate in a scarcity mindset. They know there's room for everyone at the top. They see challenges as opportunities for growth. They see failure not as the end, but as the beginning of a new chapter. And they know that there is always more to be created, more to be learned, more to be shared. A mindset of abundance leads to growth. It leads to prosperity. It leads to an open heart and an open mind. When you stop thinking in terms of lack and start thinking in terms of possibility, everything changes. You begin to think bigger, act bolder, and step into opportunities that you may have once overlooked. You stop seeing what's in front of you as all you'll ever get, and you start seeing it as just the beginning. So, make the choice today. Let go of that scarcity mindset and start thinking abundantly. There's more than enough for you. There's more than enough for everyone. The world is full of opportunities just waiting for you to seize them. And when you approach life with that belief, you'll find that success, wealth, and fulfillment come to you in ways you never imagined. The only thing that limits you is your belief in what's possible. And once you change that belief, your entire life will change with it. It's so easy to make excuses. We've all done it at some point, blaming the weather, the economy, other people, or even our own circumstances. It's a habit that feels comforting because it gives us a reason not to take action. But here's the thing. Every time you make an excuse, you're giving away your power. You're telling yourself that you're not in control, that external factors are the reason you can't succeed, but that's a lie. The truth is, every excuse you make is just another way of avoiding responsibility, and when you avoid responsibility, you also avoid growth. You avoid progress. You avoid the possibility of becoming the person you were meant to be. The moment you stop making excuses is the moment you start taking full ownership of your life, and it's in that moment that everything begins to change. Excuses don't get you anywhere. They just keep you stuck. They keep you exactly where you are. It's like trying to drive forward while your foot is firmly on the brake. Sure, you might move a little bit, but you won't get very far. You'll be stuck in the same place, making the same excuses over and over again. But here's the powerful shift you can make. Replace those excuses with solutions. Instead of saying, I can't because, start asking yourself, how can I make this work? Every obstacle, every challenge, every setback can be approached with a solution-oriented mindset. The world is full of people who've faced much worse circumstances than you and have still found a way to succeed. What makes them different isn't that they had it easier, it's that they refuse to let excuses stop them. When you replace excuses with solutions, you stop being a victim of your circumstances and start becoming the creator of your own success. It doesn't matter if things are tough, if resources are limited, or if the odds are against you. The key is to focus on what you can do, not what you can't do. You'll begin to see that for every obstacle, there's a way forward. It might not be the easiest route, but it will be a route that leads you somewhere better than where you are now. Instead of saying, I don't have the time, ask yourself, how can I make the time? Instead of saying, I don't have the money, ask, what can I do to earn or raise the money I need? Instead of saying, I'm too tired, ask, how can I push through and still get this done? The key is to train your mind to think in solutions, Once you do this, you'll find that the problems you once thought were insurmountable become mere challenges to overcome. You'll develop resilience, creativity, and determination, qualities that are essential for success. You must understand that excuses are a habit, and like any habit, they can be broken. The more you replace your excuses with solutions, the more natural it becomes. Eventually, your first instinct will be to find a way, not to find a reason why it's not possible. And once you make that shift, you'll notice that success is no longer something you're waiting for, it's something you're creating, day by day, decision by decision. So, make a commitment to yourself today. Stop waiting for the perfect time, the perfect circumstances, or the perfect opportunity. Stop blaming others and start taking full ownership of your life. Every time you catch yourself making an excuse, challenge yourself to find a solution. The more solutions you find, the closer you'll get to your goals, and the less you'll ever rely on excuses again. You've probably heard the saying, you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Now let's really think about that. The people you surround yourself with have an immense impact on who you are, what you believe, and how you act. If you spend your time with people who are constantly negative, who don't push themselves to grow, who settle for mediocrity, guess what? That's going to influence you, whether you realize it or not. It's like being in a room full of smoke. Even if you're not actively trying to breathe it in, it's still affecting you. But here's the good news. The opposite is true too. If you surround yourself with people who are positive, driven, and constantly striving for more, you begin to adopt those same qualities. You begin to see opportunities instead of obstacles. You start thinking bigger. You start pushing yourself harder. You start becoming the person who is committed to growth, success, and excellence. This is why it's essential to upgrade your circle of influence. Look at the people in your life right now. Are they lifting you up or holding you back? Are they encouraging your dreams or making you second-guess them? Are they setting high standards for themselves and pushing you to do the same? Or are they stuck in the same place they've always been, content with just getting by? If you want to elevate your life, you need to start spending more time with people who inspire you, challenge you, and hold you accountable. You need to surround yourself with individuals who are where you want to be. People who can teach you, guide you, and push you beyond your limits. This doesn't mean you have to cut off your old friends or family members, but it does mean you need to make a conscious effort to seek out those who will bring out the best in you. Remember, success isn't something that happens in isolation. It's not just about you working in a vacuum, pushing through on your own. Success happens when you have the right people around you. People who motivate you, encourage you, and give you the kind of honest feedback you need to improve. The people in your life are either acting as your cheerleaders or your anchors. Choose wisely. Upgrading your circle of influence also means learning from those who have already walked the path you want to walk. Find mentors, role models, and people who are where you want to be. Don't be afraid to ask questions, seek advice, and learn from their experiences. You can shorten the learning curve and avoid costly mistakes by learning from those who have already been there and done that. But it's not just about surrounding yourself with people who have achieved what you want. It's about surrounding yourself with people who are committed to growing, improving, and striving for greatness in their own lives. Their energy, their mindset, and their drive will rub off on you. As you begin to grow, you'll naturally start attracting more of the same. You'll start to find yourself in rooms with people who share your vision, your ambition, and your work ethic. And when you surround yourself with that kind of energy, it's only a matter of time before your life reflects the same level of success. So ask yourself today, who are the people in my life who are holding me back? Who are the people I need to spend less time with? And who are the people I need to start connecting with who will inspire me to grow and challenge me to become better? Upgrade your circle of influence and you'll find that everything in your life starts to upgrade as well. Your thoughts, your habits, your standards, and ultimately your results will all rise to the level of the people you choose to spend time with. Setting big goals is not just a good idea, it's essential for creating the life you want. If your goals aren't big enough to challenge you, to make you uncomfortable, then they're not big enough. A small goal doesn't get you excited. It doesn't pull you out of bed in the morning with energy and determination. But a big goal, something that stretches you, that forces you to grow, will fuel you. It will ignite that fire inside of you. It will make you get up early, stay up late, and keep going when everything in you says to stop. The key to achieving these big goals is to attack them relentlessly. This means no half-hearted effort, no waiting for the perfect time, and no excuses. It means putting your full energy into the pursuit of your goals every single day. It's not about being lucky, it's about being relentless. It's about being willing to do whatever it takes, for however long it takes, to make your dreams a reality. One of the biggest mistakes people make is not attacking their goals with the kind of energy and focus that they deserve. They set a goal, but then life happens, distractions come in, and they allow themselves to get sidetracked. But here's the truth. Life is always going to happen. There's never going to be a perfect time. If you wait for all the stars to align, you'll be waiting forever. The real secret to success is in the consistency of your effort, the relentless pursuit of your goal day after day, no matter what happens. When you set big goals, you are making a commitment. You're saying, this is what I want, and I will not stop until I get it. That's the mindset you need to adopt. It's the mindset that refuses to quit. You may face setbacks, obstacles, and challenges along the way, and you will. But the key is to keep going. When others would give up, when they would quit or take the easy road, you must push harder. You must press on. The difference between those who achieve big things and those who don't is simple. It's the relentless pursuit of their goals. It's the willingness to face rejection, to fail, and to get back up again. You see, no one achieves greatness by staying in their comfort zone. It's the person who's willing to step outside that comfort zone, to keep pushing despite the obstacles, who reaches the next level. When you attack your goals relentlessly, you break down the steps that need to be taken. You don't try to do everything all at once. You focus on one step at a time, but you keep your eye on the bigger picture. You set your sights on the goal, and you refuse to get distracted by the small stuff. This laser focus on the end result, combined with your relentless action toward it, will move mountains. But don't expect things to be easy. Big goals require sacrifice. They require hard work and discipline. There are no shortcuts. You can't cheat the process. And that's the beauty of it. The effort, the sweat, the grind. It all makes the reward that much sweeter. When you achieve those big goals, you'll look back and realize that it wasn't just about reaching the destination. It was about the person you became along the way. You'll be stronger, more disciplined, and more capable than you ever imagined. So, set your big goals and then attack them relentlessly. No excuses, no distractions, no quit. Make the commitment to yourself that you will not stop until you've achieved what you've set out to do. Because when you relentlessly pursue your dreams, you'll find that the world will open up in ways you never expected. The success you seek is waiting for you, but only if you're willing to go after it with everything you've got. And trust me, when you attack your goals relentlessly, there's nothing you can't accomplish. Mental toughness is one of the most important qualities you can develop if you want to achieve anything great in life. It's the ability to keep going when things get tough, to stay focused when the world seems to be falling apart around you, and to push forward when everyone else is ready to quit. It's not something you're born with. It's something you build, piece by piece, through the challenges and hardships you face along the way. The road to success is never easy, and it's rarely a straight line. You will face obstacles, setbacks, and difficulties that will test your will and your resolve. But it's in those moments of difficulty that mental toughness is forged. It's in the struggle, the grind, and the discomfort that you become stronger, more resilient, and more capable of handling whatever life throws at you. Developing mental toughness starts with changing the way you think. It's about shifting your mindset from one of weakness to one of strength. Instead of viewing challenges as problems, start viewing them as opportunities. Every difficult situation you face is a chance to prove to yourself what you're made of. When things go wrong, and they will, it's easy to fall into negativity, to say, this isn't fair, or I can't do this. But the person with mental toughness doesn't think that way. They see the challenge and say, this is temporary, I can get through this. The key to mental toughness is persistence. When you hit a roadblock, it's easy to want to turn around and give up. But the truly tough people are the ones who keep going even when the path isn't clear. It's about taking that next step even when it feels like you're walking through mud. It's about continuing to put in the effort, day in and day out, even when you don't see immediate results. Because the truth is, results take time. Success doesn't happen overnight. It happens when you show up even when you don't feel like it. When you work through the hard days and keep moving forward, that's when mental toughness begins to grow. Another key element of mental toughness is the ability to handle failure. Failure is inevitable. If you're going after something big, you're going to fail, and you're going to fail a lot. But what matters is how you respond. The weak person lets failure defeat them. They give up. They make excuses. But the mentally tough person views failure as just another part of the journey. They get up, learn from their mistakes, and keep going. They understand that failure is not a reflection of their worth. It's simply feedback. It's telling you what doesn't work so you can adjust and move forward. Building mental toughness also requires you to face discomfort head on. It's easy to stay in your comfort zone, to only do the things that feel good or are easy. But growth doesn't happen in the comfort zone. It happens when you push yourself beyond what feels easy and familiar. It happens when you're willing to take risks, to face your fears, and to do things that make you uncomfortable. Every time you step outside of that comfort zone, you build mental toughness, you build resilience, you build the strength to face even greater challenges in the future. Lastly, mental toughness means controlling your emotions. Life is full of ups and downs. People will disappoint you. Things won't always go as planned. But the key is not letting your emotions dictate your actions. The mentally tough person doesn't let frustration, anger, or disappointment stop them. They acknowledge their feelings, but don't allow them to control their decisions. Instead, they focus on what they can control: their actions, their mindset, and their response to the situation. So, if you want to achieve your goals, if you want to succeed in life, you need to develop mental toughness. It's not something that happens overnight. It's something you build through perseverance, through handling failure with grace, and through facing discomfort and adversity head on. The stronger you get mentally, the more capable you'll be of handling whatever challenges life throws your way. And remember, every time you push through, every time you refuse to quit, you're becoming stronger, you're becoming tougher, and that's how success is made, through mental toughness.